Team that wins this game will feel a little more comfortable with a 2-1 record, but the losers may lose heart by going 0-3. Well, I'm Roy Birch, and with me is former Czech national team guard Teresa Brantlova. Teresa, form tells me that Cameroon have the pedigree to go further in this competition. Are there any opposition capable of springing a surprise? Is the Central African Republic one of those surprise packages?
I think Cameroon's team has came into this tournament with the highest ambitions, and I'm pretty sure they wouldn't allow Central African Republic's team, as they has appeared in AfroBasket for a first time in almost 5 decades, to kind of make that game difficult for them. They know that this win is very important, as you mentioned, for who's gonna go to quarterfinals from which positions. This is, I think, a must-win for Cameroon in today's game, to have a good position and play a good team or playable team for them in quarterfinals.
Well, we've often said that the form goes out of the window sometimes. Tunisia took Angola very close today, and Senegal had a bit of a shock as well on their hands against the Democratic Republic of Congo. Are we going to see another close game here? Well, first of all, we'll all stand for the national anthems. We will eventually stand for the national anthems. So here we go with the national anthems. So as the players exchange pleasantries, we're about 3 minutes away from the start of the last game on day 3 of these FIBA Women's AfroBasket Championships. Remember what is at stake here. Obviously the medals, gold, silver, bronze, but only gold and silver progress to next year's World Championship, World Cup rather, in Spain 2018. Cameroon will obviously be disappointed with their record of 0-2 at the moment, having won the silver last time. We have a Moroccan, a Nigerian and a Tunisian referee for this game 6 on day 3. And talking about referees, we've just witnessed Mali against the Ivory Coast. Mali won that convincingly with a 20-point margin in the end, and the most physical game I've seen in many a year. They're the Cameroon lineup. Had a terrific first half, really, against Angola, and a defensive masterpiece by both teams, really, and they played the Ivory Coast. Cameroon lost that one by 3. So they're the starting lineup for Cameroon. Look out for number 9, Lonlac, defensive specialist. And the lineup for the Central African Republic. Look out for number 8. Number 8, their star player. That's Betty Kossi. She scored 13 points a game and 8.5 rebounds in qualification for this. And she's leading their scoring in this tournament. 1 medal the Central African Republic have won over the years, and that was a bronze medal, but way back, 51 years ago, 1966. As I said, Cameroon, silver medalists just 2 years ago.
Yeah, and as you just mentioned, Kossi from Central African Republic's team, she's so far averaging double-double, 26 points per game and 10 rebounds. That's just an incredible number, but as every game, it's always important to be joined by your teammates, and I think Central African Republic has already sucked the atmosphere of this big tournament being in here, and I would expect from them and from the rest of the Kossi's teammates to step up a little bit in today's game if they want to challenge Cameroon's team.
Well, I'm making no predictions, having thought that Tunisia would be blown away by Angola. They weren't. And also, well, I also thought that Senegal would be pretty comfortable against the Democratic Republic. The Democratic Republic of Congo. They weren't. It was very close. Senegal, perennial champions, could quite easily have lost that. It was nip and tuck for most of the game. Senegal went 10-0 up, and then suddenly they found themselves down after a 24-10 run by the Congolese team. For the spectators' point of view, it'd be nice to have a close game here as well. The Cameroon possibly too experienced for the likes of the Central African Republic team, who, as you say, haven't been in this competition for a long, long time, Teresa.
Absolutely, I agree with you, Roy. And in basketball, no game is finished or expected till the last buzzer of the game goes on, and it's been exciting day to day to see those almost upsets. And what I can say generally, I can see the improvements from every team at this tournament by the time going. And yesterday for Cameroon, Ada Chiri has played a great game in that one of the most exciting games to watch so far in this tournament against Ivory Coast. She has just carried Cameroon on her back all the last quarter, scoring 15 points per game and grabbing 8 rebounds. I will probably expect that from her today as well, as Central African Republic doesn't really have a good matchup on her. Let's see.
Well, this place was heaving half an hour ago, absolutely packed, because of the home fans were supporting Mali. But well, most people have gone home now. Although looking behind me, there's 2 banks of seats pretty full, so probably about 1,500 people in this Palais de Sports Salamatu Maiga tonight for the last game before the teams and your commentators have a day off. Something different tonight. The players can actually hear themselves talking on defense. You couldn't hear yourself think half an hour ago. Out of bounds, Central Africa.
Right trap in the corner of the course from Cameroon's team. Oh.
And the Central African Republic get the scoreboard moving. And Cameroon's reply is instantaneous with a 3.
Just this game needed a couple seconds to warm up, and now we've seen open shots from both teams. Central African Republic hit that buzzer shot, the shot clock.
Cameroon on the break. Another 3-point attempt. Not this time. It's almost a different game from the one we've just seen Mali against the Ivory Coast. Teresa, that was, well, physical, brutal, terrifying.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, I had that privilege to commentate on EuroBasket before the summer, EuroBasket, FIBA EuroBasket 2017, and I was just saying to myself, if that physicality would step into any of the game of European basketball, I'm pretty sure none of the players are gonna be on the court anymore to be able to play.
Yeah, I agree entirely. If they wanted to play physical like that, they'd be allowed to play. Well, it'd be 2 minutes before they would have to sort it out with the referees. Because,
absolutely.
The referees just let Mali play so physically. And that's a lovely fast break, but it's not finished off. And Cameroon come up with the loose ball. And foul on the break.
Now, Lonlak has been isolated a bit in that fast break at fourth. Her teammates just were jogging behind her. I think they just trusting in her too much at this situation. Have to come back and support her and go for the offensive rebound in case she misses the layup.
First foul, Estelle Jean-Ballet. Nice little smuggle pass and kiss off the glass for a 5-2 Cameroon lead.
Priscilla Mbemja for Cameroon. She's been a great point guard to this team. She's creating the game of Cameroon, and she has proved herself already in the games before that she's one of the leader of these teams as well.
Great footwork on defense there from the Cameroonian player. Forcing the turnover, 1 second on the shot clock. There it goes, the buzzer. The 24-second shot beats the Central African Republic. Wilfried Bonga, the Central African coach, imploring his team to play defense. He's almost on the floor himself. First layup is unsuccessful. And the foul is called against Ramses Lonlak.
Priscilla Mbemja didn't like this defense, didn't like this transition defense, and calling straight away her teammates into a little circle. Have a little chat about the effort and about what to improve.
Well, difficult to compare, but it may be a case of the coach of Central African Republic has probably got the best defensive footwork. He's shuffling along the sideline. And number 8, almost inevitably, Betty Kossi on the foul line. This is the second. 2-3 zone for the Central African Republic. the second air ball really from three-point range for Cameroon.
I'm pretty sure Cameroon should be quite used to play against the zone defense, because yesterday in that game again, Ivory Coast, we've seen almost 40 minutes of zone defense from both teams. So that'll be interesting to see how long it's going to take Cameroon to find out the way to overcome this Central African Republic's zone defense.
Well, Guy Moody doesn't like what he's seen so far. His team are leading by 5 points to 3, but he's called timeouts, coach of Cameroon. And this is the coach of the Central African Republic. It may be difficult for some of these players to get inspired at the very beginning of the game. It's almost like after the Lord Mayor's show, the early evening game featuring Mali. We've had 3 of them now. They pick and choose where they want to play, the home nation, the hosting nation. And the atmosphere here, except for the odd vuvuzela, is a little bit flat. So someone has got to inject a little spark into the game. Now there's a push. And I think it's a defensive foul. Yeah, number 8 for Cameroon is Ari Mfula. Headline ball, Central African Republic, and 2,000 quick succession for Mfula. So she'll take a stroll to the bench. As you indicated, Teresa, had that type of foul been called in the Mali Ivory Coast game, there'd be nobody left on the floor.
No, definitely this type of foul wouldn't be called in that previous game. But what's more alarming for me is that Cameroon just leaves Kossi to do on the court at the moment whatever she wants to. And it's almost like they haven't scouted on her, but I'm pretty sure that Coach Guy is going to go back to that zone defense during this game, change the rhythm if they're going to continue being unsuccessful in that man-to-man.
Well, at the moment they keep putting Ebezi Kossi on the foul line, and she's hurting them. 5 plays 5. Good decision.
Push the ball. Quick rebound, quick push. And nothing. Could have prepared this quick transition offense a bit better, but 2 of the Cameroon's players has been run at the same time at the same side of the court. It's really important in basketball to spread out the floor and give the choices to whoever is leading this transition offense. So one of the Cameroon's players is supposed to follow the baseline and run to the other side of the court.
Well, Guinea played this morning and lost their 3rd game in a row. And that was a reasonably gallant performance from them. So they go 0-3, and if they lose this, then Central African Republic will be 0-3 as well, as indeed the Democratic Republic of Congo. But at the moment, Cameroon are struggling against a team that is probably going to go, or not go into the playoffs, rather. And what's more, the Central African Republic hit the front. Inevitably, it's Ebezi Kossi. That is an impossible pass. Well, it was possible, but it was telegraphed.
It's quite surprising beginning of the game for me. It almost feels like a different team today, Cameroon, compared to that yesterday's Ivory Coast opponent's team. There's no aggressivity, no energy from Cameroon's team so far. They're just waiting what Central African Republic is going to do on the court, offensively and defensively.
Now Cameroon, well, they decline the opportunity to run. That's more like it. It's 7 playing 7. 10 is Tia Valeji. Cameroon still in a man-to-man, but it's not a particularly aggressive man-to-man. Very close to a 5-second call there. And that is Cameroon possession.
We've seen now Cameroon struggling to get open. Number 10, Okito Yagba, has picked up her dribble. And her teammate just ran into her to try to grab the ball out of her hands. But there's no space to play, especially not on by the sideline of the court.
Well, I thought the Central African Republic were going to call a timeout there, but no, it's just a quick substitution. But still, in this very slow-moving zone, let's call it. That's not an official basketball term, by the way. It's a 3-2 zone, I think. Or is it? No? Can't actually work out what it is at the moment. They keep walking into that trap, though.
Yeah, they have to get away from the baseline, from the sideline, because straight away then they're taking away one angle to attack from them.
Inevitably, Kossi, again for the Central African Republic, puts them in front, but the lead didn't last very long. It's 9 apiece. Nice jump shot from Tia Valeji. And another timeout, this time called by the coach of the Central African Republic. 9 each, just under 3 minutes to go, first quarter. Well, about 1,500 people stayed for this game. And at least it's a close game for them to enjoy. Had it been a blowout, they wouldn't have decided to leave. Some of the maniacal Mali fans are still here as well. I use that term endearingly.
And I can also see a couple of the Central African Republic's fans. They've been quite loud now, so all the cheering you can hear as the Central African Republic's fans. Obviously they are pumped up because their team is equaling so far this game with Cameroon, and is a little bit on the top of the horse at this moment.
Kofi saying to her, fake the pass first. Sorry, Kossi. Yeah, that's exactly what the coach is saying as well. Don't make the passes so obvious. The give and go ends in a block shot. That was a bit readable. So was that a bullet-like pass into the low post when the low post was being fronted.
Yeah, but you know, to play against this good man-to-man defense of Central African Republic, you don't want to just force the passes just because you want to give the touches to your big. You have to create first some movement because like this is very easily readable for the defense to deflect these passes.
Well, I'm not sure what the inbounds person was thinking there, but she gave it straight to an opponent. And one of the easier rebounds of the night. Bit of a crazy shot, and it ended with a foul. Everyone looking around to see who the foul has been called upon. Well, he scored against a Cameroon player.
We see that again, Priscilla Ndanja is calling her teammates and for that little chat, maybe change a bit of strategy or change a level of energy and effort at this moment.
As far as the Central African Republic team are concerned, there's no need to identify the foul shooter. She's been there so many times. Hits the first, but not the second. And then is eased out of bounds.
Sometimes for coaches, when you want to change the rhythm of your team, you switch the point guard position because each point guard has a different characteristical game. Because obviously that's the main leader on the court, main dirigent driver of the game with the team particular play. And that's what we just seen now. Priscilla has been off the court and Tia Valeji open shot from Dries.
And it was late in the shot clock as well, and it was a well-worked play. Posse having to do everything. Well, that hit the top of the backboard. Anything white on the backboard is okay. If it hits anything else, the shot clock for instance, or anything behind, it's out of bounds. This time Valeji doesn't look at the hoop.
This is zone defense again from Central African Republic.
And the zone is working pretty well.
Roy, but at least, you know, by changing this point guard position for Cameroon's team, we see some movement at least against that zone defense.
Travelling. That's a shame because the Central African Republic had a player wide open under the hoop, but the ball receiver didn't look. Well into the last minute of the first period. And Cameroon with a narrow lead. Central African team really spread the zone. Five on the shot clock. That's a good rebound. They've got a new 14 and they've got an and one as well.
And that's actually Riyadeh we remember from yesterday. Being aggressive on the board. Very offensive rebound. And you could see that she has created that space by her elbows, so no one blocks her shot, and still force the Central African team to foul her.
So the biggest lead of the game, it's a 5-point lead, 15-10. Shot clock been turned off. And the Central African Republic going nowhere. But at least they've managed to retain possession. Posse looks up at the clock. She wants it back again. 10 seconds. And the foul. And neither team, I'll rephrase that, the Cameroon team are in the penalty. And that's the third against Central African Republic, and the disappointed Wilfried Bongo, the coach of Central African Republic.
4 seconds is enough to dribble all the way in the court.
Well, it missed. It was close, but it still missed. 15-10, Cameroon lead. The CAF, the Central African Republic. Now, I just wonder whether Cameroon coach Guy Moody will say, come on, that's enough. Let's put some pressure on now. Let's put a full court press on. Let's get the job done.
I would definitely expect that intention from him, because we've seen so far a different team compared to yesterday's game against the Ivory Coast. There is no any level of energy from their side.
Let's go to sunny Spain, some of these teams are saying. Sixteen teams will qualify. Well, 15 teams will qualify, and Spain the hosts for the 2018 FIBA World Cup for women. Holders America, and the tournament was last held in Turkey. And they'll be looking to retain their title, the Americans, and everybody else will be saying, well, we're going to give you a run for your money. Watching highlights of the first quarter, which ended with Cameroon leading the Central African Republic 15-10. Betty Kossi doing just about everything for her team at the moment in a losing effort. But it's possession to the Central Africans at the beginning of the second quarter. That's out of bounds. There is a definite feeling that Cameroon have upped the ante on their defense. There's a lot more hustle even in the first 7 seconds or so. And let's see if the Central Africans stay in the zone. Yes, they do. In fact, it's 2-1-2 zone. Good old-fashioned 2-1-2 zone.
Cameroon does everything right. They move the zone. But it's just the last bit of it to score that basket.
Yeah, it's a lot tougher now for Central African Republic. Just as I say, the baseline opens up, and of course it is a Betty Kossi. There's a bit more zip about the passing as well. And it's a held ball, so that will be Cameroon possession.
It's actually a pretty good defense from Central African Republics. They're using their hands to fill that free space between two players. And as soon as another Cameroon player is going to receive the ball down in the low block, there are 3 players on her.
The simplest of out-of-bounds pass. Pass and shoot. Yeah. Cameroon have stepped up, trying to play some kind of at least 3/4 court possession. That's an offensive foul, illegal screen. A little harsh, I think. It did move, but barely a centimetre. And then the referees in this tournament have been very consistent about low post players moving in the block to set a screen. There's the press again. Don't reach, you've got a trapped. To escape the trap.
Oh.
And the score. Who else?
They scored 12 out of 14 points of the team. That's a brilliant effort, and just shows that Cameroon doesn't pay attention at all to her, or not able to guard her.
But the response is immediate from Tia Beleji. Oh, the gift and the foul and the and one. Goodness me, all gifts gratefully accepted.
And we go back to communication in basketball, how important that is. We've seen a huge misunderstanding between Kossi and Alana Ketia.
Yeah, you shouldn't call for the ball in circumstances like that, but you should go and meet it. And there should be eye contact.
And then at the same time, you know, Kossi, if she's not sure, she can't just pass the ball into the hands of defensive player Monmark, because she will punish it as she did.
Well, that's not a 3-point play, it's a 4-point play. The original score, they're doing it again. There's no communication at all, and another foul. Those two won't count, but Central African Republic are hurting themselves at the moment. There's the foul. And the Central African Republic coach has decided enough is enough. He wants to talk about the press. That's his second and last timeout in the first half, and he's still got over 7.5 minutes to try and to persuade his team to try and do something about it. Suddenly it's a 9-point lead for Cameroon.
Pretty sure Coach Bongo is experienced enough to give the right instruction to Central African team's players. Always the best way to overplay the pressing is by passing someone flashing into the middle of the court for an angle to receive the pass to the middle of the court and have that opportunity to pass either left or right to the running wings. Let's see if that's going to be the case and the way Central African Republic is going to deal with this full-court pressing of Cameroon.
We saw a superb full-court press this morning from Nigeria. After 2 minutes, the coach said, right, that's enough, we'll put a full-court press on, and it was awesome to watch. And Egypt, well, they had no answer to it. Their solution seemed to be to just dribble the length of the court, go for a crazy layup, miss the layup, and give the ball back to Nigeria. Superb performance from a vastly and a quickly improving Nigerian team. The rebound. And they get the ball over the halfway line. Now's the time not to give it away. You've done all the hard work. But again, they've used a lot of time to get to this stage of their offense. Now, whose fingertips touch that? Well, that's precisely what I was talking about. Get the ball over the halfway line and then don't give it up.
We've just witnessed the pressure from Cameroon's team. Didn't give enough time for Central African Republic's team to create an offensive half.
Let's call that attempt to get a rebound half-hearted. Central African Republic possession end line. Now what have they got in terms of an out-of-bounds play? Not a lot, I would say.
Yes, that's out of bounds. Combale stayed in that out. She didn't step into the court and try to play that ball.
Indecision is the word. And the foul, little holding foul. The Central African Republic are allowing Cameroon just to zing the ball around. And that's possibly not the right word. Zing indicates that it's going quickly. But it's not, they're just floating, passing around, and there's no pressure. You've just seen Mali throwing the ball around as though it was a hot potato. Boy, do they move the ball well, Mali.
And against zone defense, you don't play the players, you don't run into the players. You're trying to find that open space and cut into it, and you don't really witness that movement from Cameroon's team in offense.
Well, here you go, Cameroon on the break. Don't foul, there's no need. And the left-handed layup gives Cameroon an 11-point lead now. Yeah, the Central African Republic are being forced to rush things now, and they get a Bit of a gift of a score there. Rather a avoidable foul, let's call it.
Yep, her teammates has been already returned into the defense and all set, so no need to commit this foul and give 2 free throws to Lonlak.
Central African Republic been in the penalty for some time. Cameroon, 1 foul in the period. The main scoreboard says none. The indicator on the indicator on the table is just zeroed in as well. Ramsey Zonlak. No problem with the foul shots. This is super defense. No, there's no backcourt. There's no backcourt there. Lonlak very optimistically suggesting there was a deflection.
I think she's right, actually. The call has been made, and the referee has quite clearly explained that she doesn't want any discussion.
And again, the easy score is spurned. Oh, nice pass.
Oh.
Nice pass, but not a particularly good shot.
Has been even great cut, because Lonlak has recognized that all the Central African players has collapsed into the ball, and there's been half of good opening up for that cut.
Good defense forces a bad shot. Nice cut, and pick any one of 3 for the foul. Let's see who got the referee's ire. Number 6 for the Central African Republic is Deborah Ayen. On the foul line for Cameroon. And Jirami. Wave bye-bye to the ball. And shoot it 15 feet. Tough pass to make.
Again, we see that the Central African players are reading this first pass into the low block really well and deflect the ball.
Will that be a held ball? No. Good escape from the trap. And the 3. That's terrific hustling, finished off by Neliari Chassi. Well, the pass is fumbled, given away, and here go Cameroon again. Looking to extend their 13-point lead with 3.5 to go in the first half. About to say too easy, it rolled around the rim and dropped in.
One of the really good ways to overplay the zone defense is a quick offense to not allow the defense to set.
Yeah, that's the best way to beat a zone, get there before it sets. But first foul of the second quarter against Cameroon, and it's Ramses Lonlak. Out of bounds, Central Africa. foul. It's a shooting foul. So 2 quick fouls by Cameroon.
I think there's been again a bit misunderstanding between Cameroonian players because Chiri Ade has sat her teammate. Leave Kosi alone. I've got her, but unfortunately, before she even turned to Kosi, she has penetrated over her.
12 points already to Abeti Kosi. And it's a rare miss, and she's annoyed with herself. Points to her now. And substitutions. Kosi's not going out. There's not really much of a scoring threat in Central African Republic if Kosi goes out. Good boards, Lonak, and she almost rescued it. That was telegraphed.
You don't want to skip defense.
Well, Lonlak there, I'm not sure what she was attempting to do. Was it a bank shot, or was she just aiming for the rim? Whatever, it was a very flat shot. Just over 2.5 to go. 14 points the margin. That's way outside the arc. Wasn't even close.
I'm surprised the Central African Republic doesn't want to push the ball. It just takes quite a lot to make that first pass after they either rebound the ball or steal the ball. And that would have helped them to get over that pressure of Cameroon's team in the defensive half.
Kosi's been denied the first pass. And here go Cameroon on the break. Last pass, and is an N1.
That's again the athleticism of Ramsey Lonlak. She's been using last couple of possessions. She has read that defense really well. She crossed the court to make the defense move, and she just opened up her teammate for an open shot.
Foul, Estelle Jambalay. And Akiri Adi on the foul line for the bonus, which she fails to collect. So 2 minutes remaining in the first half. And after a sluggish start, Cameroon have established a comfortable lead. And a foul with her team not in control of the ball. And we have the long walk down the floor for 2 foul shots. A foul that exudes inexperience there. A foul, Isabel Diel. So again, Akiri Adi on the foul line. Heavily tattooed Akiri Adi misses the first foul shot. But no problem with the second. And the Central African Republic want to make a substitution. And whoever comes in will have to try and beat the press. Was very sluggish to set up. Another turnover. Play on, the referees administered it. Oh, she changed her mind.
There has been a timeout called from Cameroon's coach. Yokai.
So with 1:43 to go, both teams have used their allotted timeouts. The referee apologises to the players. It wasn't her fault. The table were a little tardy in signalling timeout. Perhaps the coach was a little tardy in asking for it. Moody, man leaning over there, coach to Cameroon.
Personne mettre la pression en haut et deux. Maintenant, il est avancé par la jambe. À la carrière. Voilà. Donc, Yann, vous allez utiliser. Ok. Passe D. Et maintenant, no. Voilà la D.
I've heard basketball described as a game of noughts and crosses. That means the coaches use their little clipboards.
Yeah, even though we don't understand Central African Republic's coach Bongo, but it was quite clear from that draw on the board that he was explaining his players how to overcome that pressing of Cameroon. He said that you just can't go to the sideline where it's quite easily spots to be trapped. You have to give the ball back to the player whoever gave the ball in bounds, and then look for that flashing player cutting into the middle of the court for that pass.
Yeah, that right angle between the halfway line and the sideline is where not to go. The three-point attempt is an air ball. Good hands. Yeah, they thought they'd broken the press again. Oh, that is a tough foul. Is it a foul? Oh, it had to be.
It's been quite a foul, actually. But,
in my day, we call that making a back for someone. And you'll see, no foul apparently. Cameroon possession. Well, two referees consulting. I don't think it is Cameroon possession. Yeah. For a start, the Cameroonian player touched the ball with her feet on the floor out of bounds.
Yeah, the referee seems to be relaxed as well. She has admitted her fault.
So in the last minute, the three-pointer. Well, it wiped its feet, but it dropped in.
You know, Deborah Ian has been dribbling half court and just came comfortably into that three-point line and hit that shot. There was no move from Cameroon players to go and contest that shot.
In the last 20 or 30 seconds or so, Cameroon have gone very, very ragged. That was an impossible pass. 14 points the lead. The team in white, Cameroon. You've got to get the ball over the halfway line. It was close. That's a good trap. And that's a held ball, and the direction arrow indicates that it is Central African Republic possession with 10 on the shot clock. They got an out-of-bounds play. Well, they have, but didn't execute it at all well.
There hasn't been any space because Kosi has been cutting at the same time, so she didn't really help her teammate, positioning her 1 meter away from the ball.
Well, that wasn't a touchdown pass. It was meant for a player in the front court. And that's another held ball, and this time it is Cameroon possession end line.
You know, one player who has brought that energy from yesterday's game for Cameroon Ivory Coast is Lonlak. It's definitely Lonlak. You can see that she's trying. She's trying to deflect the ball, be in the passing lane. And the second player is Adachiri. just hitting the open shot.
I was about to say that maybe the last score of the first half, but it's not, because the layup, well, it is the last score of the first half. Goodness me, we've seen quite a few missed layups today, and Lonak there tries to hide her face because she missed possibly the easiest layup of the game. But the first half finishes with Cameroon leading the Central African Republic, 36-20. It's a 16-point lead. And remember, both teams 0-2 coming into this game. They've lost both their games in the opening two days. So it's looking fairly comfortable for Cameroon. They're looking to go 1-2. And if it continues in this vein, then the Central African Republic will be 0-3. So Cameroon looking to stay alive in the quest for a quarter-final spots. There are the stats. No great shakes from three-point range. And rebounds, well, the Central African Republic are leading in that particular statistic. But assists, 3 times as many for Cameroon, and just a single block. And turnovers, that is what is hurting the Central African Republic, as indeed it nearly always is. Still 6-2 in favour of Cameroon. So at half-time, it is 36-20. Cameroon lead the Central African Republic. Hello again from Bamako. This is the last game before the teams have a break in the 2017 FIBA Women's AfroBasket Championships. This last game features Cameroon and the Central African Republic, and the former are leading by 16 points. Cameroon 36, Central African Republic 20. Leading scorer in the game has scored 70% of her team's points. That is number 8 for the Central African Republic. That is Abeti Kosi. She's on 14 points, 14 of 20. She's also grabbed 7 rebounds. Leading scorer for Cameroon is number 12, Adi Akiri. She's on 11 points and she's grabbed 6 rebounds. One of the stories of the game is the fact that Cameroon have scored 8 fast break points compared to 2 by the Central African Republic. But the major statistic staring out at me from the stat sheet is that Cameroon's bench have scored 24 points, 24 of 36. That's 67% of the points from the bench, compared to 3 points from the Central African Republic bench. So perhaps the starting 5, the starting players of Cameroon, needed a wake-up call. Roy Birch and Teresa Randlova from the Czech Republic. She's a former national team player. Teresa, your thoughts on the first half?
My thoughts are, I would resume this game that the better team you played, better performance you perform. And compared to yesterday's games for Cameroon, when they played Ivory Coast, it's a completely different team now on the court in terms of energy, tension, effort. But you know, to be honest, it's hard to go into the game, last game of the day, last game of that 3 days in a row at the championship as well, and playing Central African Republic, who has been in here after almost 5 decades for the first time, and performed the same way against the Ivory Coast team. I think it's all in minds of players now. I'm pretty sure that Cameroon has used this break to just refocus in their minds, and we will see a bit more energy, a bit more flow from this Cameroonian team.
Yeah, Cameroon did need something of a wake-up call early in the first quarter, and the coach called a timeout, and indeed, just as the Nigerian coach did earlier on today, said, right, that's enough, we're going to put a full court press on. It wasn't exactly the same intensity as the Nigerian press, but it was still pretty effective anyway. And it's now Central African Republic to get us underway in the second half. They're trailing by 16. I'm trying to work out which bench is shouting defense. I think it's the Central African Republic bench that's encouraging. Actually, it's both benches trying to inspire their teammates. Anyway, number 4 for Central African Republic is on the foul line. That's Kitia Kaleni. And she gets the scoreboard moving at the beginning of the second half. Two from 2 for Kaleni.
See Central African Republic in that zone defense. They've been playing all first half of the game.
And the fadeaway jump shot restores the 16-point lead. Number 8 is Marie Angie Mfula. And the steal. And not quite a steal back. But a sloppy turnover.
I have to say, Central African Republic's team loves offense and loves transition offense following the sideline, because most of the time they just end up on that sideline either losing the ball or either being trapped in there. They have to change that and go through the middle of the court to overplay that pressure of Cameroon's team.
Yeah, it's a big court. You're not forced to go to the sideline, are you? Three-point attempt is good. So the lead stretches to 19. I don't think it's yet time to indulge in circus shots. Anyway, the shooter was fouled. I was trying to think whether that was a reverse layup, but no, I think it was more of a prayer shot.
Yeah, it has been a little bit too far away from the rim to do a reverse layup. Again, we kind of see a slow start from Cameroon team into this third period.
Deborah Ayen on the foul line, misses the first. And the second. And Cameroon get the rebound through Tia Veleji.
Oh,
good hands.
Great hands, because it was overloaded situation, 3-on-2 from Cameroon's team, and they could have punished an overplay there.
Good hands again, and we have a 4-on-1. Surely Cameroon are going to score. Well, they do eventually score, but more by, I was about to say, more by luck than judgment. It was a very poorly executed end of the first break, or the fast break rather, and eventually we have a 1-on-1.
Whoever is driving that pyramid 3-on-1 or 4-on-1 needs to stay on the closer elbow of the free throw for that opportunity to receive the pass back if that 2-on-1, which will end up out of that situation, doesn't work. And we've seen all four players just running down under the rim, and it was enough just one defensive player to cover all four players.
Yeah, it's all about spacing, isn't it? They were all in the same lane. So on the fast break, you should try and fill the lanes, all three of them. Just like the start of the first half, the start of the second half, a little bit scrappy with just 2 minutes gone.
No movement in Cameroon's offense.
Let's call that an off-balance shot. It was looking for the foul. Exasperation on the face of Cloudy Shimeniagba Kokito. May even have been attempted to pass the ball there, but she's got a shooting foul. And Priscilla Laura Dianja.
Help it, Roy, but I kind of liked way better on the court Laura Asena, number 6 from Cameroonian team, as a point guard. She has just made her teammates to cut through that zone. She has given that look on the weak side to trying to skip the ball. You know, it has been working a bit better than when the Priscilla Menda is on the court.
Substitutions for the Central African Republic. And just look at the action in that zone, or rather lack of action. No hands up. Can't hear any talking either.
Shot violation.
Now, while that player was doing her shoelaces up, someone should have said, by the way, we're low in the shot clock. Good hands or good feet. Stop it with whatever you can. This is good man-to-man defense from Cameroon. Yeah, and they force the turnover and then Central African Republic commit the foul. There it is, and there's the foul. More in a little bit of frustration there from Abeti Kosi. So that's 3 fouls already, and 7 minutes to go, or just about 7 to go in the third quarter. 3 fouls against Central African Republic. Good rebounding. Good rebounding, and possibly just looking to the foul. Not concentrating on the shot. Kosi is fouled. It's a blocking foul.
Yeah, all my former coaches used to say to any of my teammates and myself as well, don't try to avoid the contact when you're under the rim and trying to bring the ball to lay it out. Try to get into the contact so you know exactly when the defense is.
Get the impression that Kosi is getting a little frustrated, not just with her teammates, but with everybody on the floor as well. She's a quality player, and really her teammates not doing her any favours. And it's good offensive boards.
For the skip pass.
And again, same player.
It's always quite like a very important in zone to find the closest player and box them out. Otherwise there's going to be more offensive rebounds.
5 on the shot clock. That'll be a held ball with 1 on the shot clock, and the direction arrow indicates that it is Cameroon ball. So they will have 1 second to get the shot away. It's just ticked down to 0 actually, so you may not get anything. The referee's got to sort out what happens next now. Yeah, he looked at it's a shot clock violation.
Not sure if the players knows about it. Okay, here we go.
So the held ball is negated because the shot clock buzzer went. Don't often see that situation.
And sideline.
Yep. It's making problems for themselves. The ball is rebounded. 15 is Amadine Ebo-Fabo. And the spin move off the glass and gets the drop.
That has been a great individual action.
Tia Velegi.
She has seen that her defense is not too ready. She just made that spin move on her.
That's going to be an 8-second call. No, it's a foul. Look at that. The shot clock ready to 16 when the foul was called.
Pretty sure that coach Kai is not happy about this.
There's that turnaround shot. Well, the shot clock has been a prominent factor in the last few seconds, in more ways than one. Central African Republic being forced to put the ball on the floor rather more than they are capable of. Well, the defense got there, but got there too late. Oh, did they? Yeah, it's a shooting foul.
There's a shooting foul for Laura Senna.
Cameroon in the penalty. Deborah Ayen, third time she's been on the foul line in recent minutes. 1 to come. The flat shot is good. Cameroon able to spray the ball around at will.
Again, the sideline. As you just said before, just making it very difficult to ourselves. Still trying to direct their offense, transition offense to the sideline. where Cameroon's team is ready to double.
Instant shot there. An instant shot, but it was an air ball. A left-handed shot, and she rebounds her own shot as well. That's Valegi again. Another rebound. Central African Republic are chasing shadows at the moment. And they're not chasing hard enough because Marie Mfula buries the three. That's enough as far as Central African Republic coach is concerned. He calls timeouts. There's the three. I know we're in Africa, Teresa. I just had a first-time experience. We were commentating, and a little African boy came up and tried to sell us something in the commentary booth.
Yeah, boy has seemed quite convinced to sell something to us, that he will sell something to us, but quite good for now. Commentating this game and waiting what's going to come out of these two teams in this timeout.
I felt quite mean actually because we've got no local currency. So. Anyway, back to the action. Back to the timeout. 4 minutes, 8 seconds remaining in the third quarter, and it's 49-23 in favour of Cameroon.
You can see that Valegi is leading Cameroon's team in points, 11 so far. The only player in the double digit for Cameroon's team. On the other side, Kossi, as always, being quite lonely in that points contribution for her team.
So someone on the Central African Republic team actually recognised they needed to go and get the ball. Kossi. Tied up. I'm assuming that was an attempted pass. "47 years since they've been at this level, the Central African Republic, and they've not experienced this level of basketball in those 47 years. Certainly not experienced that kind of shooting either. Asena buries the three.
That has been a great ball movement to overplay their zone defense. This last possession.
That's a foul. Looks suspiciously like a travel, but that's the second foul of the same ilk that Abeti Kossi has drawn. It must be very frustrating indeed for Abeti Kossi to be playing with less experienced players. She's a quality player, she's a quality individual, and a good team player as well, trying to help her less experienced players to get involved. At the same time, she has to make a major contribution on the scoreboard.
Yeah, if she's been frustrated, I have to say that she's managing that really well, because she's not showing it externally that something like that is going on inside of her. She's probably fully aware of that. She's representing her country, and it's just a privilege to be here, and no space for any acting or any emotions, expressions. She's just enjoying playing for her country, no matter if her teammates joining her or not.
There was another very experienced player that could possibly have been in the Central African Republic team. Alexandra Cotter scored 15.5 points a game in the qualifiers, but for some reason didn't make the selection, or perhaps made herself unavailable. Easy rebound there, and two easy rebounds. Oh, I'll take the word easy out of that. No rebounds are easy under pressure.
And we can see that all players, after the shot has been released, just turn their hats to the rim, and no one really books out in anyone.
Well, the three-pointer is a three-point attempt, rather, is an air ball from Cloudy Coquito. Skip pass. And another three-pointer. And again, it is Asina. The lead stretches to 30. Make that 32. Again, that sideline problem.
I almost feel we're like me on the figure skating, you know, and us two are judges because all this action is happening by our sideline on our side of the court. And in the figure skating, you know that the participants always go in front of the judges, you know, showing themselves. And I just can't understand why the Central African Republic's players are aiming every time attack and cross the half court on this sideline.
Are you going to hold a marker up? 2 out of 10?
Yes, exactly. That wouldn't be 10 for sure.
And a good loose ball by Cameroon. Well, they're keeping the Central African Republic team pinned in their own half. And there's a push, a little push there by Amadine Fabo. 100 seconds remaining in the third quarter of this last game on day 3 of the round robin situation, a single round robin. 2 groups of 6, each team plays the other 5 teams just once in the group, and after 5 rounds, the top 4 teams go to the quarterfinals. Cameroon committed the foul, they're in the penalty, so we have a long walk down the floor for 2 free throws. Coach Bongo there. Well, I thought for a second someone said something out of turn, but it's not a technical foul. It's just that the Cameroon players are discussing what's happening. The one is good. 57 plays 27. I thought he was going to tick up to 27, but apparently not. What a pass along the baseline.
Right.
That's all about ball movement from Cameroon.
Exactly, and we've seen so far in this game they've been struggling in that ball movement, and this offense has been a huge improvement.
Yeah, the foul, lazy foul indeed, by Cameroon's Catherine Gainyanu.
Yeah, when a player like Kossi receives the ball, you want to be in the defensive stance. You don't want to be on your straight legs, because straight away, if that happens, you lost. And you have got beaten on. And
yeah.
That's exactly what Kossi has done. She has recognized that, and just one dribble into penetration and forced a Cameroonian player to commit a foul.
The Cameroon are in a tough situation here because they know that there's one top quality player on their opponent's side, and that's the lady on the line at the moment. And if you are confronted with one of the other players, then you can afford to make the odd tactical error. But when you're marking Kossi, you've got to be on the metal. She misses the first and the second. Been on 14 points for some time now, Kossi. Again, no hands up on the zone, except the hands of Kossi. And the fingertips of the Cameroon player means it's possession Central African Republic.
We see a full court pressing again, or full court man-to-man defense, we will see.
They're going to get the ball over the halfway line in 8 seconds. No, they're going to dribble it out of court.
Great pressure from Cameroon team.
And this time it's the other side of the floor they get trapped in. 44.6 seconds remaining, third quarter. 33-point lead for Cameroon. And soon 36, it is indeed.
That has been a great technically executed long distance shot. The ball had high, it had a rotation, great.
A double dribble, again, great pressure. The look of anguish on the face of Estelle Jambeau. Olay says, oh yes, oh yes.
It's a bit of ball handling error as well.
Shot clock on 14. And that came off the Central African Republic hand via a Cameroonian hand.
Yeah, one of the assistant coaches now has said to Laura Senna that she has to as well change the rhythm and maybe try to penetrate.
The trap works again. And the layup is for Tia Belegi. 2 seconds left. Are they going to get a shot away? It'll have to be a prayer shot. And they failed to do so. So 64 plays 26 after 3 quarters. Cameroon in total control. Terrific third quarter for Cameroon. It was 36-20 at the beginning of the third quarter. And that is a 28-point third quarter. 28-6 indeed.
And what's also great that they kept
(64-26). Cameroon lead the Central African Republic. A reminder there of what the top 2 teams from this competition, the gold medalist and the silver medalist, next Sunday. 2 teams in the final will be going to sunny Spain in 2018. Just a rather catchy tune a few years ago in England. Viva la España it was called. Let's go to sunny Spain, and that's what 2 of these African teams will be doing next year, along with 13 others and the host Spain. Here are the stats. And 3-point percentage, just 1 from 4 from the Central African Republic, 8 from 29 for Cameroon. So we're almost ready for the last 10 minutes of the first 3 days of this group stage in the FIBA Women's AfroBasket 2017. Everybody's got a well-earned rest tomorrow. And then it's back to the action for Tuesday and Wednesday for the last 2 days of the group stage. And get another day off there, a kind of FIBA. And then Friday, Saturday and Sunday, it's the knockout stage. So Cameroon get us underway at the beginning of the final 10 minutes of the third day. And Cameroon may be using this as a 3-point shooting practice. And holding foul.
in the trap. You just want to shadow the ball. The purpose of trapping is not to steal the ball, but steal the pass coming out of the trap. If they would have done it, they would have committed this quick foul.
Yeah, the purpose of the trap is to create a turnover, isn't it? To make your opponents make a mistake. And the trap makes a mistake if they reach in. Well, there's a mistake, a forced shot. A 3-point attempt? Not this time. Or maybe there is. You bet there is. 67 plays 26. The lead stretches beyond 40. middle guard Estelle Jambale under intense pressure. Well, the trap tried not to reach, but someone succumbed to temptation at the last second, and that's someone, Tia Bedelji. There we go. Well, actually, the contact was with the left thigh.
Kos is just playing another.
Oh, the referee telling
great game.
Telling Coach Guy Moody that one of his players is in serious danger of getting a technical.
I wonder which one. Which out of that players has opened their mouth and try to challenge the officials with that call.
Well, they're all looking innocent at the moment. And this time, after missing both free throws on the last trip to the line, no mistake for Betty Kossi. No mistake with the second either. And the other teams in this Group A, Tunisia, Angola, Mali, and the Ivory Coast. So Mali got their win today against the Ivory Coast. Angola had a great game against Tunisia, so Angola go 3-0. And Mali and the Ivory Coast are 2-1 in the group. So Cameroon, they'll go 1-2. Just hanging on to a possible quarter-final spots.
I have to say that Coach Modio Guy is doing a great job on subbing his players, giving them quite equal minutes at this game to save some energy for his players for the farther stage of this tournament.
It was a good no call there. The swinging elbows could have resulted in a bloody nose. The player with that infliction made nothing of it. It's good to see. Just got on with the game. And a nice 2 points there for Deborah Ayen. Oh, that's too easy. Well, it should have been too easy. Did all the hard work. And the foul, blocking foul against Anne Asena.
Again, Cameroon is on 3 fouls as a team so far, and it's been only 2 minutes gone in this quarter. I know that the aggressive defense just brings some enforced fouls, but to send the Central African Republic on the foul line too early in this quarter, I don't think that's the smartest way to do from the Cameroon's team. It probably won't hurt them in this game, but it could hurt them against the center opponents. They're not going to be able to manage their fouls.
Interesting statistics about the number 8 for the Central African Republic, Betty Kossi. She's got 14 points, 10 rebounds, and she's drawn 8 fouls. Now, I'm not sure whether drawn fouls is part of a double or triple-double. If they are, then she's pretty close to a triple-double.
It is a positive statistic,
Definitely.
so ideally it should have been counted into it, and none of the players so far this tournament has reached that great individual achievement of a triple-double. When you get in 3 stats over 10 positive ticks in.
It's definitely a very important part of basketball, the ability to draw fouls, and this lady with the ball has done a lot of that tonight. 8 drawn fouls. And most of them have resulted in foul shots. Now, one of my favorite sayings in defensive terms anyways. Don't foul prayer shooters. So I can only describe that shot as a prayer. Someone fouled her. When your opponent is completely off balance, going nowhere, don't foul her. But someone has fouled Deborah Ayen again. I think this is the 4th trip to the line for this young lady. And the foul, Cameroon's number 8, Marie Mfula. Perhaps she just couldn't get out of the way. Flat and good.
We're witnessing that quite a lot in this championship, that the free throws are very flat.
The second wasn't flat and it missed.
Ball just needs to go above the rim to have a chance to be successful. And
well, I always tell young kids to imagine that the ball has eyes, and on its way down it should see a complete circle. If it sees an ellipse, a flat circle, it probably won't go in.
I just love this expression. I've never heard that before, and it's definitely a truthful one.
Cameroon still in this man-to-man, and the Central African Republic struggling to get the ball away. That's a 5-second held ball, 5-second tie-up.
That's been the first call at this championship, I think, 5-second held ball for any of the players here.
I've seen a 5-second violation on an out-of-bounds pass. But you're right, it doesn't happen very often. That's an offensive foul, I think. Well, that's the signal from the referee, but no, it's a defensive foul.
And it has been N1 for Adechiri. So back to that 5 seconds held ball. Just shows that Cameroon has improved their defense, and as they're pressing the ball, the other players not being lazy and put the pressure as well, and enable that easy pass within that 5 seconds.
Travel, yep. Maybe it won't be a travel in October, but it is now. Well, the referee just making sure everything is hunky-dory on the table. Not sure what the problem is. The shot clock is on 14. It should be on 24. We have a timeout called by Cameroon. Well, the officials are discussing what that problem was.
I wish they would have passed that information even all over here to tell us what the problem was.
Well, possession changed, and she looked up at the scoreboard, the shot clock, and it was on 14, and she wanted to know why, I think. The travel was called, so possession changes, so the shot clock should read 24.
I want you to take this ball and drive to the middle.
Job done really for Cameroon, leading 70-31 with just over 7 minutes remaining in the game. So their record will go 1-2, and Central African Republic 0-3. You always have to add the rider there, though, in case there is a dramatic collapse, which is hardly likely. Well, then again, you never know. Somebody might start a fight and concede the game. Again, unlikely.
Yeah, the tempo of this game is quite set, but as we always say, the game is not over till the last buzzer.
Shot clock being reset to 24. Well, I'm very pleased to be surprised. I think the Central African Republic have gone to a man-to-man at last. They weren't learning too much about staying in that zone. Good to see the coach thinking ahead. I hope they stay in the man-to-man, though.
I just hope it wasn't just one possession.
Yes.
We will see as soon as a Central African Republic will get the ball again into their hands.
Akiri on the foul line makes the first, but not the second. Now, Central African Republic on offense. We'll have to wait to see whether that man-to-man is maintained. They're a long way from the hoop and under a lot of pressure, and they give the ball away. And Cameroon squandered the opportunity for an easy layup.
Great decision from Adachiri just to bring the ball out again to create.
They're still in the man-to-man, and it works. They recover possession. And here we go on the break.
And this time it goes in.
No mistake. Second attempt.
I'm sure Lonlak has been thinking a little bit in her head after the 2 missed open layups from the first half. But this time she's been strong into it.
Very nearly a 5-second tie up there as well. Good rebound, and here we go on the break again. 2-on-1. No foul called, but the rebounds snatched by Cameroon. There was an open jump shot there, but the dribble negated it. There's the shot clock buzzer.
As close as you get to the rim, it's most likely to hit the rim. So I think it was a tough decision from Lonlak to pass the ball rather on the 3-point line.
Speaking of whom, here she goes to the hoop, and she's fouled, and she'll be put on the foul line. Foul against number 12, Gabriella Boujbalay. Tiovaleji goes out for Cameroon. Ramses Lonlak on the foul line. Well, both coaches now, well, for a long time, they've been giving plenty of court time to players who haven't had much court time over the course of the 3 days. Nice follow through with the fingers from Lonlak. That's the first player I've seen to actually line her fingers up with the seams of the ball on the foul line.
Yeah, one of the few players who shoots with the high of the ball direction.
And that foul puts Cameroon in the penalty. It's 2 shots anyway. What was that about a prayer shooter? Don't foul them. Princess Mbai Ndiak on the foul line. And Rose Abenku getting some court time for Cameroon. Again, a flat shot. It went in.
You know that each country has their specific technique of shooting. I think African continent has their specific technique of shooting of free throws in here, because it's just such flat shots, but a lot of the time they go in.
Well, the laws of physics say it shouldn't. or perhaps the laws of logic. Over halfway through this fourth and final period of day 3. And Akiri Adi on the foul line again. No problem with the first. Both sporting of the Betty Pussy to applaud an opponent's foul shot. Second rattled the back of the rim and bounced out.
That would have been great. One extra pass for the open teammate right next to her.
Well, 7 of Cameroon, Rose Benku, dribbled into the jaws of death almost.
Yeah, there's been all 5 Central African players trying to challenge that penetration.
The referee threw the ball and she wasn't ready. Not amused, let's say. Not very pleasant to get a ball on the end of your nose from the referee. But she recovered, buried the first one. And the second. 46 points the lead, 4.5 to go in the fourth. And once again, the lady on her way to a triple-double, a kind of triple-double anyway, is fouled. I think that's the 9th foul she's drawn. Yeah, Coach Moody putting some less experienced players in there now.
Benku has just asked coach to switch her and put her on the bench for some reason. Maybe after that referee's accident, bad pass on her head by shooting the free throws. I'm not sure what was the real reason of it.
2 from 2 for Betty Kossi. She moves on to 19 points.
Pass, open shot, great.
19 points, at least 10 rebounds, and 9 fouls drawn. Well, it wasn't drawn then, though.
Oh.
That's unsportsmanlike.
Great call. Great call from official.
No attempt for the ball. Here we go.
And these fouls are quite dangerous, you know. She's been all the way down to the rim already, and number 5 from Central African Republic's team, Nina Komba, has just decided to push her back, and that's quite dangerous for players to slow down that move before they hit that construction of the basket.
So Kiriadi, 2 shots in possession. She misses the first. Not the second. Possession Cameroon with 4 minutes, 1 second remaining. Oh, that's good pressure from the Central African Republic. They forced the error. Or maybe it was a misunderstanding from the Cameroon players.
You're right that I forced them to do that turnover. And again, we are back on our sideline in here.
Three on 2, and Cameroon somehow conjure up a turnover.
Yeah, that Chiri knows that her teammate Ramses Lonlak is super athletic, but hasn't been a bit too quick and too front pass even for her.
I don't think even Gandiba of Mali would have caught that, and she's quick.
Yeah, when you bounce the ball like this, you need to make sure that it bounces, but this pass has stayed quite flat, so it was quite uncatchable.
That's good defense from Lonlac, keeping her hands to herself, but eventually a teammate reached in. And the teammate, Angie Rami. No apologies, it's Linda Mina. Not an awful lot of positive body language on the Central African Republic, understandably so. Now that is the 10th foul that Betty Kossi has drawn. A triple-double, 20 points. I think she's still got 10 rebounds, but 10 drawn fouls. She's 70% plus from the foul line. Oh, travel. Well, she travelled because she was fouled, apparently.
The official has been very close to the action, so I'm pretty sure he had a better angle than us.
Yeah, he's closer than us, but we've got the slow-mo. Linda Mina shoots short. Long. Runner pulls up, tries to kiss it off the glass. And Akiri Adi, I don't think that's normally her range.
No, I don't think so. And not even standing on that three-point line is her position in there.
Oh, nice backdoor cut, which ends in a missed layup. So both teams have their starters on the bench. Well, I'll rephrase that. There's one starter on the floor for the Central African Republic, and that is Betty Kossi. Rebound, Angie Rami. Lonlac to the perimeter.
And this time it goes in.
Second phase offense results in a 3 for Cameroon.
Great play from Lonlac as well. She has recognized that space in that half court, on that half of the half court. Just open up her play.
Another foul that's drawn by Betty Kossi, and she'll go at the foul line again. She's taken out a land grab on that foul line. Been there so many times tonight. So she got the and one as well. Under 2 minutes remaining. Almost a turnover by Cameroon. And that's a held ball, and it will be possession Central African Republic. More subs for the Central African Republic team.
More pressure from Cameroon's team now.
Oh, the job's done. That's an illegal screen by the player who's just subbed in. No, it wasn't her, it was number 7. That's Princess Mbaindak. Timeout. Oh, a lot of quizzical looks around the arena saying, why has the coach called a timeout with such a big margin between the teams? And normally the answer is to run a play or two.
the reason I kind of think about why Cameroon have been called the Central African Republic coach Bongo. I believe that would be a great situation to train for possible future games.
Here's Coach Bongo. Well, winding down to the time now when these two teams looking forward to getting back to their hotel and the day off with a 43-point lead for Cameroon.
It has been quite a long game. It's almost 2 hours game today, and it's just it's been quite a lot of fouls committed from both teams to force the other team on the foul line shot quite often in this game.
And the referee has just realised, I think, that both teams are in the penalty. Was there a foul? No, I don't think there was a foul. So it's a front court possession for Cameroon. Minute and a half to go. And some aggressive defense from the Central African Republic, perhaps over aggressive. Again, a situation where a turnaround jump shooter is as good as off balance, so why foul her? And that turnaround jump shooter was Catherine Shane-Yanu. Now that shot wasn't flat. Nothing wrong with that at all. And she kept her eyes on the target as well. Should never inbound the ball with one hand. That's a power drive if ever I saw one.
I wonder now if Kossi, number 8 for Central African Republic team, is going to help her teammates. Ooh.
Possession, the Central African Republicans.
Yeah, Kossi knows she should have laid that ball up. Really wide open.
Here she is again, being fouled again. At the risk of sounding like a broken record, Betty Kossi draws yet another foul. I think that's 12, possibly 13 now. The eyes have it.
She's been applauding herself now for that main free throw. Pretty sure she's happy with her individual performance in this game, but she wouldn't be probably happy with the team's performance so far.
Well, the scoreboard says 25 points to Kossi. And we have another foul and another walk down the floor. It's very easy to criticise referees in circumstances like this when they're calling fouls when the game is a long time won. But they're trying to experience top-level basketball as well. Some of them are being watched by assessors. A game of basketball is a game of basketball, whether it's first thing in the morning, 6 o'clock at night, or midnight.
Exactly, rules are rules, and referees are here to follow them, same like the players.
Yeah, as soon as you start letting fouls go and not calling them, then the next thing you know, you've got an injury. And there's another foul in the backcourt and another walk down the floor. This time it's Angie Rami, who says words to the effect of, "Oh, come on, ref." 11 on the foul line is Estelle Jambalay.
You can see "come on, ref" as many times as you want, but foul has been committed with no discussion. So she would have just moved her feet a bit quicker to get into the better defensive stance and get in front of the player, then she wouldn't have to say to referee, come on, ref.
An offensive rebound as well off the foul shots, and then a turnover. Don't foul, don't foul, there's no need now. Oh, the ball away instead. And likewise. .48 seconds remaining, margin 47 in favour of Cameroon. Give and go. Lovely 2 points.
It's one of the easiest actions in basketball.
Yeah,
Give and go, easy as that.
Basketball, a very simple game. Oh, that's a travel. Spectacular, but still illegal.
It'll be even more awkward if she would have
1, 2,
stepped
3,
even more.
4. I think even in October that'll be illegal. I almost said even in the NBA that's illegal, but perhaps not.
So 25 seconds at the end of the game, 17 on the shot clock for Cameroon. I wonder if they're gonna just create something and play the time till the end.
Well, they're going to create 2 points for Analola Asena. Now the shot clock has been turned off, and now is the time not to foul, surely.
I think whatever we say, last couple of possessions, it just goes completely opposite way.
And the foul there against, well, committed by Catherine Shane-Yanu. And it's not a Betty Cossie on the foul line. And it's not successful either. It is indeed number 12, Gabriella Jubilee. The sign it's good. 92 plays 42. Lonlac is fouled with 8 seconds remaining. Who, me? Yes, you, Deborah. Deborah Ayen. I never touched the ref. I beg to differ, Deborah. Ramses Lonlac makes the first. And the second. Surely they won't foul now.
Now you can see they bouncing back.
It's going to be a long shot.
Yes.
Oh, wasn't so far away. So Cameroon 94, Central African Republic 42. So at last, Cameroon get a W, a win. So their record now, play 3, 1-1, lost 2. And the Central African Republic, play 3, lost them all.
See that Cameroon came up the second half with way more pressure on defense, and it just brought them that great lead in the game by 52 points.
Well, some happy faces on the faces of the losers here.